everybody, and welcome to the newest indoor adventure in Recovery Part 1, a For Keeps adventure. Today is April 27th, 2020, and you are loved. And that is a very important thing that we like to remind each and every single one of our viewers at the beginning of each of our episodes, all of which can be found at youtube.com/indooradventures or anywhere where podcasts are made available for free. If you already support us on Twitch and YouTube or audiocast, consider going then to patreon.com/indooradventures, where you can find our after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from each other but also from the community. All of them are being made currently available for free. All you got to do is just go to our Patreon, and then you can find it there. Other than that, we also have a merch store. So if you want t-shirts, posters, mugs, crop tops, throw pillows, we have all sorts of stuff over at indooradventure.redbubble.com. That is indooradventure, no S at the end, .redbubble.com. And the cool thing about Redbubble, they usually got sales going on, so the merch can sometimes be found upwards of like 30% off, and we still get a regular payout. It's just Redbubble taking the cut at that point. So consider going to check that out. But I believe that is it for my spiel. So hey, RJ, who you playing tonight?
Connor, I don't appreciate getting called out like that. My Switch is right there firmly on my bed. Hi, I'm RJ. I'm playing Alberjean S04.
Who is?
Azamar, Warlock Barbarian.
Hi, I'm LBHackEmUp, and I'll be playing Gwen, the Halfling Barbarian Ranger. Nope. Fighter.
Oh, fuck.
Hi, I'm Connor, and I'm the I play Arjhan, the Dragonborn fighter blood hunter, and I'm playing Animal Crossing right now too. So,
all you motherfuckers got Animal Crossing, and I still can't get my hands on a Switch. Hi, everybody. My name is Wings, also known as Danae Keener, and I'm playing as Cori, the Alberjean Paladin.
And I am the Indoor Adventurer. I have no Switch or Animal Crossing, but instead tonight I shall be your Dungeon Master. So, last we left off, with the help of Captain Oliviette, you are all able to make it back to the Isle of Arasthk with that same namesake dragon along your side. You then went underneath the island, headed into the Cobalt mines located inside of the island through a back passageway. Ended up storming through a set of tunnelers and other various digging machines, including a variety of Keshan individuals. Together, your group and Arasthk made it up to the Botanical Gardens, where it was then that you finally had your fated show-off against Korg, Shua, and Scrivbat, high-ranking officials within the Keshan Trade Company. With the help of Arasthk, you were able to quickly put an end to all of this bullshit going on the island, and that is where we ended our last session, with Arjhan having dedicated the soul of Korg to his dragon deity. It was pretty heckin' cool. So, at this point, Arasthk, you see his body begin to shift and alter itself back into the form of this ancient bronze dragon, where Arasthk then stands up on his hind legs and kind of reaches out with his claws in a very dramatic pose and lets out a draconic roar that is heard throughout the entirety of this island. And as he does, lightning crashes down behind him, and you see the silhouette of this ancient bronze dragon standing on its rear legs, its wings fully extended, but you can see the perforated holes along the wings from where he was, from where Arasthk was injured due to the dark thorns that were placed there by Mother Eldest. And honestly, it just goes to make him to almost have this undead look to it, as he just has these seemingly flightless wings. And Arasthk continues to roar for several solid minutes before shifting back down into a human form and says, "They will know what this means. I have returned, and their time has come."
Well, hopefully they all run the fuck away, right? Or are we gonna hunt him down? Are we gonna hunt him down? No? That's no. Probably not the right thing to do.
We have other things to worry about.
Right.
And Arasthk currently plans on going back into town and gathering as many members of the Keshen as he possibly can. He's not going to kill them, but he is going to make sure that they all leave, that they understand that they are no longer welcome here. But at this point, he wants to see the damage that has been done to his garden, and he is going to begin making his way up to the broken remains.
Are we following? Does he? Do we think we want to give him space? Because I follow.
I follow as well.
Did we grab the shield?
Yeah, Cori walks over to that shield, and she kicks it up into her hand, and just sort of examines it. She's like, interesting. And she'll throw it on her back.
Make an investigation check. The shield
Historically.
itself, this animated shield, actually looks more like a small buckler, almost. Like you could just have it comfortably at your hip. And then when it animates, it is an aura that extends out from that centerpiece.
Oh, that's really cool.
What would you like me to identify it?
I would love for you to identify it, but for the lulz, historically I've been fantastic at intelligence checks. Oh, 13.
Okay. Looking over the group, it seems as if the staff that Shua was using is also of an ornate make that separates it away from other things that you've seen the Keshen typically have.
All right, she'll throw the belt on, the buckler onto her belt, and then she will go and pick up that staff. And she'll follow after Alberjean and Arjhan.
You also, sorry, there was one other thing.
Go on.
It was the mace that Scrivbat used.
All right. Gwen could probably grab that.
Gwen will do so.
Okay.
Did we search
Loot
any of the other
obtained.
people? Did we search everyone or just him?
You guys didn't really search these bodies. You just kind of took like the biggest.
We're not the
Nito
looting
thing.
type. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kick his face, and then.
Okay. It actually it kind of hurts kicking his face.
Clang.
There is a solid metal connecting sound, but thankfully the cartilage in his nose was not made of Titan steel, so you're still able to get a little bit of mushing in.
Solid. Gwen moves on.
Okay. So, inside of the gardens, Arasthk is going from room to room, and you see that his mood sours and darkens the longer that he is in this place. Each of these 5 gardens had been a prize in and unto itself with the amount of time and effort that he had put into them, and seeing them all in such disarray, and seeing that there are several statues that are either missing or destroyed, leaves Arasthk feeling a sense of sadness that your group is not used to seeing upon his face. and you see that he is crying, but he is not doing anything to get the tears out of his eyes. It seems like he doesn't even realize what is currently happening with his tear ducts. My throat got really dry. Oh God.
Fuck.
Oh, sorry.
I don't want to go in and like ruin that moment for him. So like I think as soon as like Arrest goes into the first room, Arjhan's gonna like go like to the entrance and just like sit outside back toward the entrance.
Gwen would try to like pat his calf, like she doesn't know what to say or do, but she knows like I'm here.
Arjhan or Arasthk?
Arasthk.
Okay.
Sorry.
And Arasthk, you can see that he looks down towards you and gives you a very kind smile.
The statue that was destroyed, that hid the Gulthias staff, are its pieces still around?
The pieces are still around.
And it's a really big statue, right?
Yes.
Of his lover in her draconic form?
Yes.
All right, basically 1-to-1, you might say.
Oh yeah.
Okay. It'd probably be hard for her to get all of the pieces of the head put together. Cori's gonna walk into the garden and kneel. She'll place her hand on the ground and cast plant growth. And every plant within 100-foot radius will become thick and overgrown.
Okay.
And having done this, she will walk over to one of the flowers that has bloomed and pluck it. And she will walk over to Arasthk and she'll say, I know what it's like to lose something. And I know that it will never be the same. And it's hard to believe that you'll ever feel whole again. But things get better. And she'll hand him the flower.
And he will take it, and he brings it up to smell it and nods. And says, this is just a perennial stage. They will grow again. We will rebuild.
She will dip her head respectfully, and then she'll go outside and plop down next to Arjhan.
Arjhan and Al are probably sitting together. Al is passing a wineskin over to Arjhan.
Yep. He gladly partakes.
All right. And Gwen is still just hanging out with Arasthk.
Yeah. She'll just kind of... I thought the thing wasn't destroyed, but that's not.
You guys had left when it was on fire.
Well, it was stone, so like...
Korg was trapped underneath it.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, she'll just kind of wait until everyone gets back together to say anything.
Okay.
I like the mental image of the four of them plopped down on the stairs outside, passing a wineskin around.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, Arasthk is still inside. Gwen, you see Cori depart as well, and you feel like this could be a good chance for the four of you to all speak together while Arasthk is doing his thing.
Although you two are also alone now.
You are alone. What if you put your Minecraft beds next to each other? That'd be weird.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make a move on him while he's mourning the loss of his whole, fucking island. It's fine. That sounds like the right thing to do.
Nowhere to go but up.
Maybe
Come on.
some strong halfling arms to hold him tonight.
Episode 1, Gwen, absolutely. Episode whatever, Gwen, no, she's learned. Yes.
So, what are your plans after this?
Arrest thinks that he's found where Caleb is. We need to get there.
Well, seeing as I'm out of a job for a while, would you like some assistance?
Out of job. Oh, right. The ship. That. Yeah, we would absolutely love your help.
If anything, I was wondering if you needed a ride back to the mainland.
Oh, yes. Yes, I definitely would like a ride back to the mainland. I warn you now, I don't come cheap.
That's what they all say. Gwen walks up.
I don't know if you're in a position to negotiate.
Well, we'll talk about it.
What is this? Wait, is he coming with us?
That remains to be seen. Let's begin the negotiations.
Oh yeah, you don't want to negotiate with him. He'll get you on a hook.
Well, I was going to say, you're missing your boy, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll help you until you retrieve him. No fee. Anything after that, negotiable.
It's incredibly kind of you.
He will take a very long swig of the wineskin. I know what it's like to lose someone, and wanting to get them back. I might look like I'm disinterested, but that's only at surface level. The mask really does hide a lot of emotion.
Well, I think you look fine. You look totally neutral all the time.
Some say that Arjhan has a mask of emotion as well. She just waves her hand dramatically over his Tyrannosaurus alligator face.
No, just blink twice. Very well.
So we need to talk to Arasthk and then Myloran and then head out. Did anyone let Olivia know that it's cool to come back? Or would that roar do that?
I think the roar is a pretty decent signal. I hope. It was a very triumphant roar, right? Not like a, oh,
We can't
I'm in
be,
distress.
Confused for a death throw.
Yes, it was a victorious roar and not an ow, I'm in distress roar.
No! Owie, I need
My
help.
one weakness.
The Darth
I
Vader wail.
I have an ouchie on my pinky toe.
I have an ouchie on my wings.
She's very perceptive.
Sorry.
I think she got the idea.
Okay. Then yes, we need to talk to Arrasthk. I need to talk with a few other people, and yeah, then we'll hopefully Olivia will be back by then.
Cori nods. Also, we have a few magic items that if you find some spare time, Cori
Get them here.
dumps them all into his lap.
All right, I will do some identifies.
Okay. So, you have probably already successfully guessed what the shield is.
I'm identified anyway.
It is an animated shield. So you can use a command word to make this shield hover around you, thus allowing somebody to have the shield even though they don't necessarily have the hands to use it. Next is the Mace of Life Stealing. Functionally the same as a short sword of life stealing, but uses mace stats instead, which is when you score a critical, you deal 10 points of necrotic damage to a target and you gain 10 temporary HP.
Arjhan, you are just so good at describing these things. It's great.
And then
And last one.
the last one I'm going to pull up to give a better description of what it does because it has a lot of things on it. This is a Staff of the Ivory Claw. And a Staff of the Ivory Claw is topped with a small dragon claw carved from ivory. While holding the staff, you gain +1 bonus to spell attack rolls. Whenever you score a critical with a spell attack, the target takes an extra 3d6 radiant.
Nice.
Yes, so those were the magic items that you found on these here bodies. And it is roughly after you have finished identifying these items that you hear the footfalls of Arasthk making his way back out.
So that was the whole. Cori, I know it's been a while since you had a shield, so I assume you already had plans of taking it.
In character, it hadn't occurred to me now, or until now. But now that you mention it, it's a very good idea.
Yeah, take the shield.
Thank you very much. She will take it.
Gwen, Alberjean, do either of you feel particularly strongly about the mace?
I'm sad, dude.
Pats his greatsword.
What? Gwen, you don't cast spells.
Yes, I do.
Gwen, you don't cast spells regularly.
Fair.
Alberjean, do you want the staff?
No, I need both hands for wielding this one, and I don't think I can. I get angry, and when I get angry, it's very hard to focus on spellcasting.
Okay, I am going to hold on to the other items then.
Did we see him rage?
Yeah. I
Oh.
went through the whole 3 stages of my bonus actions.
It's been a full week.
Yeah,
I've been in
sorry.
5 different games, okay? I can ask questions.
It's been...
So, like, what was that thing that you did? I mean, like, it kind of looks like the thing that I did, but, like, different.
It's a very long story.
I mean, we got time.
I don't want to regale you with my theatrics. It's... When I get angry, the magic that has been imbued within me takes on a peculiar form, and that form is intense heat, tiny motes of fire, and then there's the whole light thing.
Cool. When I get angry, I have a Goliath spirit that, like, comes to the forefront.
Yeah,
Apparently more than one now.
I apologize. They're not very haughty, are they?
What?
When I got into range of one of them, they kind of...
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Was that you?
That tends to happen when I'm around.
Yeah, thanks for that.
I told you to stay away from me.
I can only control what they do so much, okay? But anyways, I'm glad to see that you can hold your own. I was a little worried that you were just going to bite it like 5 seconds into that.
If I was going to bite it 5 seconds into that, I wouldn't be here right now.
Well, I don't know that. Some people like to talk like big games and shit. Danae glances at me.
Yeah, it is at this point that Arasthk will approach your group, he is going to approach Cori and look at your group and say, "This is but a start to the debt that I must repay towards you and everyone here." And he is going to hand you, Cori, a sack. And when you look inside, you see 10 expertly cut gems, and these gems look rather large.
Oh my. Thank you. Just gonna make sure that Arjhan gets a hold of those.
Yes. So, they are, and Arjhan, I will say that your keen draconic eye for all things that glitter.
Treasure is my favorite terrain.
Treasure is your favorite terrain. You would note that these gems are worth 1,000 gold pieces each.
And how many?
There
10?
are 10.
Where was this pulled out of? That's an inappropriate question. I should not be asking that.
And Arasthk says, "I have little stashes, had little stashes in most all of my rooms. This was one they did not find."
Well, if they
Yeah.
took all your money, shouldn't we like get it back?
He raises his hand and says, "There will be recompense." And at that, he begins walking towards the city.
I think he's kind of on a mission. Maybe we should go talk to other people before we
Maybe
wrap
we should.
that up.
Maybe we should. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So, as you guys enter the city with Arasthk, you see that as he is walking, every once in a while he will see guards, the old patrols from the Keshen, and he will just point towards the direction of the bay, and each patrol that sees him, you see shake and then quickly make their way in the direction that Arasthk points.
Go to your room.
Effectively, yes. And as Arasthk gets closer to the bay, you see that he sheds his human form until he is in his ancient gargantuan draconic form yet again. To all of the Keshen that have been rounded up to this place, Arasthk will tell them that this island is no longer theirs. They are not welcome on this island, and if he sees any pieces move upon his board that bear the Keshen mark, he will make sure that ship sinks along his coast. And at that, he rears back and fires a electrical blast out of his mouth, targeting one of the Keshen ships that you see just take this hole on at the bottom of its hull, and it just begins sinking. And Arasthk then looks down at all of the Keshen, who at this point seem so small before him, and he says, "Do I make myself clear?" And the Keshen just begin to solemnly march back to their remaining vessels. And Arasthk says, as a very loud, with a very loud cry,
Tell trade lords Vaj and Dort that the dragon is alive and well.
And at that, the Keshin only increase their pace, and within the next 30 minutes to an hour, every Keshin vessel that is still here is going to be trying to set out. And Arasthk will then, he is directing effectively all of these individuals while in his draconic form to move as quickly as they possibly can. The entire time, he is with great care undoing the spears and bodies that have lined around the bay. But you guys would like to go and visit some folks. So, who are the people that you are planning on visiting?
Dragon drafts.
Okay. So, do you go to Myro's sewer headquarters, or do you go to your old place of business?
I'm gonna go to the sewer.
Okay. It's a good call. Myro is still within the sewers. But at this point, you see them talking with a small human child, and Myro gives them a few coins, and they begin to head off. And as he sees all of you, "Oh, you're just in time. I was planning on packing up here. Apparently, Dragon's back."
That he is.
Hell yeah.
I would like to say, I'm guessing this was your doing. I have never been more proud to be employed here.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. Shall we go
Yes.
visit the shop?
Let me pack up all of my things first.
What was left of the shop whenever you had to flee?
Yeah. And it'll take Myro, it takes him roughly about 30 minutes to pack up everything. It seems like he was mostly operating out of like retrofitted suitcases that he could then fold down, and then the insides would sort of lay themselves flat to allow quick storage of any kind of potions. And together, you all make your way back towards your old building, Dragon's Drafts. You see that the door where it once was is sort of laying off to the side. There is graffiti and goblinoid around the sides of the building, and it seems like there were individuals that had made the rooms of your building their makeshift homes during their stay here. It looks lived in. And Myro, as he comes in, well, it's a little bit more of a fixer-upper than I remember it.
Yeah, so...
I can at least take care of the graffiti outside, and he'll start walking around, prestidigitating the graffiti off.
Here's what I'm gonna do. Here is 2,000 gold.
Myro's jaw drops a little bit. For renovations?
Renovations, getting new stock. Honestly, doing whatever the fuck you want with it.
Oh,
Get some hookers.
thank you.
Possibly getting new employees, making sure that people around the island are taken care of.
I can do that.
I just know that this has been an ordeal, and since I'm the one who brought you here in the first place, I feel responsible.
The only thing that you are responsible of is making sure that the people of the island were looked after. You weren't here for it. You didn't see it. But there
You're
were
right.
smiles. There was a lot of
You're
happy
right.
customers being thankful that when a relative or loved one got sick, we were still there. They didn't have to go through the Keshin. They could still come through us.
But you are right. I wasn't here for that. You were. So, 2,000 gold. Renovate, get a new place. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of places to build now.
He nods. Well, thank you. Again, this... Thank you. And he just seems kind of speechless.
Sorry, out of character. Was the Grey War Tavern here or in Marisville?
It
was
was
here.
here.
It was. Oh shit! Is Greybeard okay? Is Greybeard okay?
Greybeard, Tifa. Yeah,
I know Tifa was in jail.
Tifa was in jail.
It's true.
We didn't see. We didn't see any GB on a pike or anything.
You did not.
Good.
Indoor would never do that.
I
Are you
would
I know
kidding
he
me?
wouldn't. I'm just
I
saying.
would make real Greybeard
that we-
cry.
I'm just saying that we didn't see him there, so we know he's okay.
We suspect he's okay. Right. I do need to talk to Drev.
Okay. Dren is actually not
Dren.
with Myro at this point. They seem to have been off in the sewers doing their own thing during this time. But if you'd like, you can try and find them.
Do we want to check in on GB or Tifa first?
GB.
Okay. We are going to try and find GB.
Okay. So when you go to the Grey Boar Tavern, you see that there is a new marquee that is hanging from above, and you see that while there still is a boar on the imagery, this boar has a long gray beard extending from its face, and it just says Greybeard's Tavern along the hanging sign instead, as it seems like GB appreciated your suggestion the last time you were here in the Isle of Arasthk. And when you go into the bar and you enter into this tavern, it is so painfully quiet compared to how you are used to seeing, or how you are used to seeing the inside of this tavern, having been here and frequented this place. It is empty. And you see that there are some meals that are still left out. Most of the cups and other drinking utensils have all been put away. And GB is just kind of laughing to himself with a giddy enthusiasm as he goes around and cleans up these plates and these cups and just, hee, they're gone, they're gone, they're gone. And he's just very happily cleaning up his tavern. And then when he sees your group, oh, hail adventurers, and he like puts on like a more like serious guise when he sees the four of you, and he says, take a seat anywhere you'd like. All drinks are on the house tonight.
Gwen gets really excited, and then she remembers why they're there. She said, "What up, dude?"
It has been quite a while since I've seen all of you. Let me say I am very happy to see you are... Caleb? And he, like, points towards Al.
I got taller.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Cori nudges him, elbows him in the side.
Nah.
No, this is Al.
Pleasure to meet
Caleb
you,
is-
Al.
Caleb is fine as far as we know. She smiles awkwardly.
And GB just gives you a very quizzical look and then says, well, so what are we having today? This is a celebration. Everything is going great now. And he seems very excited. He's back! He's back! You have
We just
no
wanted to make
idea
sure.
how happy this makes me.
We just wanted to make sure that you're okay, dude.
I'm fine. I'm fine. As long as people are here, there's always need for tavern. And as much as our previous patrons weren't exactly the happiest or most grateful of guests, everything has worked itself out. Usually does.
Speaking of working itself out, watch this. She walks over and she jams her hand into a glass of water. She's like, it doesn't burn anymore.
And Greybeard just sort of like cocks his head back a little bit and gives a very like knowing nod. Nice, not bad.
She flicks it around the room, flicks it at Gwen.
Ah. Oh, I actually got something about it.
Oh no!
Oh shit, we've been through a lot.
Yeah, no, it's been a long adventure. We saw my tribe. We went up to Greenreach, liberated the hobbits, halflings. We went to the Underdark, killed some demons, came back, and saved Arasthk. So like,
Estate of Tolkien, please don't sue us.
I'm
Yeah, I know.
sorry.
Shut down the stream!
No, if they sue us, that means that our name gets more publicized.
Yeah.
Like, don't sue me for money. Can we have like a gentleman's bet kind of situation?
I'll play you Dungeons and Dragons for this legal battle.
All right.
Legal
So,
battles in Dungeons & Dragons both last like 20 years, so...
GB will take whatever drink orders you all give to him, and he happily pours you drink and brings you the eggy McEggwiches that
Oh
you
my
had
God.
last time you were here. Al, this is a very strange food. There's a lot of egg in this. It's pretty delicious though, if you like eggs.
Do I handle it with my hand? Is it a knife and fork sort of deal?
Nah, it's like a sandwich. Gotta go with your hand. I mean, unless you eat sandwiches with a fork like a dweeb.
Arjhan creeps up on the side of the bar, mimicking a Harley Quinn from Birds of Prey.
Oh, yes. He makes yours with extra large eggs, Arjhan. He sees
Too
that
much,
you...
GB. I want to taste that cheese.
And yes, so your group is properly fed and given ample amounts of victorious alcohol.
Yes.
And,
Hey, have you heard anything about Tifa?
well, I heard she got arrested.
Did you hear if they killed her or not?
Where was she taken?
The Bilgewater, the holding facility.
Oh, that place. Right.
We've been there, right? Did we go there?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we were.
What were
We-
you all
we went
doing at the
there.
holding facility?
We got banished from the island. You didn't know?
Well, I knew that part.
Usually, getting banished from the island is preceded by going to the Bilgewater Inn.
Or at least it has been in our experience.
You know, I'm gonna be honest. It's been long enough that I don't even remember what we did. Did we do something, or was it like
Caleb did something.
Yes, Caleb killed a lot of goblins.
Oh. Huh. Well, I forgive him. All right.
There is a very quizzical head tilt from Al, like, what the fuck?
It was because they were mean to you. We were all very upset about that.
Oh, yeah. I don't want to think about that.
No, this is a day to celebrate.
I'll take another shot.
You will get, and you get it. So, are there any evening plans that the lot of you would like to do?
We're gonna spend the night here? Question mark?
I think we have to, because we have to talk to Rask, and I think he's going to be busy for most of the day.
Cool.
But we should go check on Tifa.
Cori will have like maybe 1 or 2 drinks, and then she'll excuse herself, say that she's going to trance in the gardens, and she will leave. And she's going to spend 8 hours casting plant growth on the half-mile radius at the most central part of the island.
Nice.
And essentially what that does is that it blesses the half-mile radius for like the next 2 years, and it makes the plant growth very plentiful there.
Wow.
Nice.
If there's any food, then it's like double harvest. It's very bountiful.
Sweet deal.
If I were to round up some of the displaced citizens around here, GB, would you be willing to feed them for a bit? And he'll plop a gold pouch onto the table.
Graybeard just like looks at the pouch, looks at you, reaches over, and you can see like with a single finger like extends the lip of the pouch open. Nods. I like you already. And then he kind of chuckles to himself, pats you on the back. Of course I can.
Keep the change, and Al will leave to round up people.
Thank you.
I gave him like 300 gold.
What is Arjhan doing?
I thought we were gonna go get Tifa.
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
All right. So, Al, are you going to meet this Tifa character with Gwen and Arjhan, or are you going to be doing, or were you going to be rounding up citizenry?
He'll be rounding up citizenry.
Okay, sounds good. So, Arjhan and Gwen, by the time that the two of you reach the holding facility, you can see that Tifa is in the process of actually exiting from said holding facility. And you can see that she looks pretty unbathed at this point. Like, she was stuck inside of this holding facility for quite a while, and they didn't exactly give her the greatest of treatments. So as she is coming out, her hair just looks an absolute mess. You can see that she has deep cuts in circular-like patterns around her wrists from where she had kind of struggled against her manacles. And as she's walking out, she makes eye contact with you, and there is a moment of pause. And she just makes like a single slow wave at the two of you while rubbing her wrist.
Gwen will give her a small salute. What's up?
Well, a day came that I thought never would. The dragon has returned.
Yeah, we know. We did that. Well, we helped do that. I don't want to toot my horn too much.
Really?
Yeah, I think we're back.
Lots of people come back to the island. But if you did bring the dragon back, you have my gratitude.
You look like hell, Tifa.
I could really use a bath. A nice hot bath at the Temple of Soon.
She glances up at Arjhan.
Why are you glancing at me?
It's just you haven't said anything yet, so.
No, I don't feel like I need to.
All right, cool. Hey, I'll cover your bath, okay? Come on.
Okay. And Tifa will just begin walking with you. This was not exactly what I thought was going to be happening.
What?
She motions to all that is around, and you still see that Arasthk is in the process of removing these spears from the bay. And she says, when I initially joined Cell Sales, it was about protecting the island. Then it became about money, which, when the money was good, that was fine, and our morals could stay relatively gray along those lines. But then when the Keshin came, and they offered to pay us a handsome sum to stand with them, it became very apparent to see whose morality was on the darker shade of gray.
Well, I mean, that's why we came to see you. If they imprisoned you, that means you didn't side with them, which means you're not really as bad as you like to let on.
I never said I like to let on that I was bad.
Gwen rolls her eyes. Did they kill any of your people?
She shrugs. Those who wouldn't fall in line.
Why did they let you live?
I have contacts. This is all about who you know.
All right. Well, now that everything's back to normal, what are you going to do?
See if I still have a ship. If I have a ship, try and find a crew. I don't think that the cell sales are going to be welcome here for the next while, so freelance work?
Hey, you have a lot of contacts, right? You said?
She nods.
Do you know anybody who can do a sending spell?
And Tifa will think about it. She nods, yes.
I'm wondering if you can get in contact with Caleb.
All right. Is something wrong with him?
Maybe.
We don't know where he is.
I see. I can reach out to the people I know.
All right. We're going to be leaving probably tomorrow, but you have my permission to get in contact with me via the... She like motions to her head.
Tifa will nod. And when you go and reach what was previously Temple Row, you see that a lot of the temples have been either, again, destroyed or vandalized in some way. But the Temple of Soon was left relatively fine. At this point, most of the other religious affiliations were actually operating out of the Temple of Soon, as that was a kind of mutual ground that they could at least hold out in. And when the three of you arrive, you see that also the clergy folk of the Temple of Soon all seem to be a little bit more relaxed and at ease than they probably have been in a long time. And at this point, the head priestess walks up and approaches your group. Hello and welcome to the Temple of Soon. Is there anything that we can help do for you on this absolutely wonderful day?
This one needs a bath, and I came to make a donation, I guess.
To which congregation would you be making this donation to?
I mean, you all can split it, I guess.
Oh.
I know that things have been kind of shitty around here, so I want to make sure. I mean, I've enjoyed this temple. I know others have enjoyed this temple, and you guys do good work, and I'm sure that all of you others do good work too. You know, anyways, she sets a bag on the table and kind of slides it forward and gives them 150 gold.
And
no, she gives them 300 gold.
Okay. And at this point, the head priestess looks in the bag. Their eyes kind of get a little bit wider, and then they quickly close the bag as well. Just thank you for your very generous donation.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure a lot of people are going to need some help. So, maybe you can offer discounts or something like that. Maybe that'll help with that too.
And she nods. And Tifa then says thank you. Just something that you have not necessarily heard from Tifa. I think you did when you had initially taken her back to the mainland.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess we gotta mosey on out of here, Arjhan. Is there anything else you wanted to do?
Not here now. Yeah. I still need to find Dren.
Yes.
All right, well, let's go for a walk.
All right. And as you are going for your walk, make an investigation check. 12?
I rolled 2 natural ones.
Oh my god.
You can go away.
All right,
for now.
so
It's because I didn't get any of my dice out.
All right, so the two of you are going around looking for Dren, and eventually you find yourself walking along one of the side roads, and you hear a whistling sound behind you of, and you see Dren is leaning up against the wall of one of these buildings. And it looks like there is a slight breeze that's blowing an overcoat that he's wearing. And he leans forward a little bit. Evening, partner.
What's up, dude?
I'm a little taken aback, but I appreciate the entrance. Have you been by the shop?
And Dren will nod.
Have you met up with Myra Lauren?
Nods again.
You're aware of the gold.
And Dren will open up their beak, and you hear, "I've never seen this much all in one place." And you hear Myro's voice.
Yeah, don't. Let's stay quiet about that. Good, then I'm sure he's explained it to you. I need to talk to you. Preferably privately.
And Dren nods, and you hear an, "Of course."
Who is this person that you met? Because I really need to meet them.
And then Dren just sort of shrugs.
It's fine. Where should we go? Back to the shop?
Back to the shop, probably, yeah.
Dren will nod and follow along.
Okay. So once we get to the shop, if like there is still like a bedroom or anything, then I want to bring Dren up there, and then I just want to like gauge like how close are you with the sanguine orders.
And Dren just sort of puts their hand up and makes a wobbling motion.
All right. Well, I know for those who are particularly close, the concept of a crimson duel and what happens for those who interfere in one are pretty substantial. And I've been marked by one.
And Dren nods. And then kind of like moves their head back and forth and says, "Coin's coin, and you're the best boss I've ever had."
Well, I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad that you're not immediately trying to kill me.
And then Dren will also say, "It's in the contract." And he says it with your inflection back at you.
I never made them sign a contract.
Not Dren, but he's referring to Myros, which was a non-aggression pact towards the creation.
I didn't start doing the contracts until Tyrant Security. Tyrant Security was after Dragon's Drafts.
Shit. All right. Well, Dren doesn't say that then. That's okay.
But I don't want to put you in a position where you have to choose them or your job. So.
And Dren nods and says, "Thank you."
So if at any point
Only if I must, and it will not be something I do lightly.
That's the best I can ask for. Thank you, Dren.
Dren nods, and you see that they kind of have like a frill of feathers that just poofs a little bit along the base of their neck.
All right, that was most of my things until we talk to Arasthk again.
Okay. Al, make a perception check or an investigation check.
Whichever one's high, I assume.
Yes.
22.
Okay,
Perception.
with a 22, it takes you, like, you're able to count down mentally how long this hour is taking if you only want to be out looking for people for an hour. But you are actually having a pretty high success rate with finding individuals still on the island that just seem like they have been displaced during all of this. And if you would like, you can spend upwards of 2 to 2.5 hours just out gathering these individuals.
He's helping an old lady cross the road.
Oh, you're so kind.
Well, when you get across the road, you can head over to GB's. He has food and drink for everyone.
Oh, he's so handsome. Just
Oh,
like
yeah.
my Benny. And yes, you help this old woman across the road.
Ma'am?
So you are able to do this thing. Al, is there anywhere that you would like to go afterwards? Or are you just going back to Dragon's Drafts hoping that your companions will be there? You guys had never actually set up a a set meeting place.
No, I heard Gwen say that we're gonna stay here for the night because Arasthk's gonna be busy.
Gotcha. Okay.
So after the 2 hours of looking for people, I guess he'll wander around some more on the island.
Okay. It is a good trip. You can see, like, there are a lot of very nice viewpoints that you were able to see looking off of this island, but it is very much just ocean in every direction that you look. And you know that for the next set of days, you're once again going to be out on that ocean.
He's probably standing like on a cliff overlooking the city. I hate water.
All right. And then, Gwen, is there anything that you would like to do this evening?
I don't think so.
All right. So with that, we will all begin starting a long rest, unless there's anything else that people would like to do on this last day.
Nothing else, but imagery of Cori just kind of laying in a grassy field, looking up at the stars and thinking about what's to come as she continues to cast plant growth throughout the night.
I would like to wait near the gardens for Arasthk.
Okay. And I will say it is roughly around midnight when Arasthk makes his way back to the gardens. And he is lumbering forward in his ancient draconic form, and as he sees you standing there, he will return back to his human form.
Greetings.
How are you
Hail.
feeling?
I couldn't hear you. What?
How are you feeling?
Better knowing that they're not here anymore. Now that my island can have a moment of sanctuary.
I'm assuming we're going to be leaving fairly quickly. You can understand why.
Arasthk nods.
So, do you have an hour or so to talk?
Of course. Come on in.
And as Arasthk takes you into the botanical gardens, he is going to go over towards a table that had been overturned. And very delicately, he picks it up, sets it right, and then pulls up a chair for you and a chair for him, and sits down, or offers you a seat, and if you accept, he will sit down with you. And he puts his elbows onto the table to make a bridge with his hands, and he says,
So, what did you want to talk about?
How do you understand the war?
I am assuming you are meaning the Warring Kingdoms.
Yes.
The war is a necessity of safety. If you have noticed, Alira does not have any primary kingdoms. It does not have a reigning group that controls the majority of its lands. It is free states, free cities. They are protected by local militias, small guards. Kingdoms such as the Dwarven nations, Sertelier, they have natural defenses on their sides. The war is necessary because it stops forces from heading northward. It halts their progress. So that Illyria will know still peace and tranquility. Does it have its problems? Yes. But warfare is not something that they are accustomed to. So my take on the island is what you have seen here on my isle. Imagine that I am the war. And with the war gone, the isle was overrun. That is why we fight the war.
How many people have died so far?
And Arasthk shrugs. Countless. On either side.
Why not just stop it? You clearly have the power.
When I became the last of my kind, I agreed that I would not use my abilities to alter your humanoid histories.
No, just keep it stagnant.
I can fund sides, but I cannot attend myself, as was my pact. This is not something I take pride in, but it is a necessity.
I don't feel great about this.
Neither do I. But it is something I have to live with. And live for a long time with this I have.
Whenever What do you know about the gold dragon that was beneath Sertelier toward the end of it all?
And
Before everyone else was lost.
Rathsk looks at you. How do you know of them?
Whenever we were in Sertelier, we were sent to the Fire Giant stronghold. Meant to make safe or secure a large vein of Titan steel. But we found what he had left. And the large number of his own followers that he had sentenced to death by what he was doing.
And Arathk nods.
and says, "These were choices that were not made lightly. For each of these areas, for each of the scars that we were in need of closing, they had to be closed from the other side. Where the location that you went to, there was a tear near the heart of the elemental plane of fire. And there were only a few who could actually withstand the heat. The fire giants and the golds. That was their only way in. It was not a decision that they wanted to make, but it was a decision that had to be done.
And it was a decision that he made for them.
And Arasthk nods.
Well, I had asked you to help me understand. And I think I understand you perfectly. But we have bigger things to worry about. I don't want to start I don't want to start my own side against you or declare any loyalties. What I want is to hope that you're going to help us with what we need to do. Us against the Dark Star, us against the coming winter. Maybe down the road, if you come to your senses, maybe we will revisit the war. Let's talk about right now. The Four Keeps are not always going to be here whenever your island goes to shit. Would you like to sponsor? And I'm going to pitch him Tyrant Security. I want to give him his own auxiliary adventuring team.
All right. Make a persuasion check. A 3? Okay.
Hey, did you use your blood die for the day?
I have.
Fuck.
I'll say you can roll this with advantage.
18.
It's much better. You've had this elevator pitch ready in your mind for quite some time. Basically since the last time you left the Isle of Arasthk. But as you present the idea of a premier adventuring company located on the Isle, Arasthk recalls the betrayal that the sellswords were victim to, or that the sellswords propagated throughout the island, and is actually agreeable in this and is willing to then allow Tyrant Security, he doesn't exactly like the name for it, but he will allow a branch to operate as the premier adventuring crew / group of protectors for the Isle of Arasthk.
So, if you ever need anything done, but can't directly interfere, as apparently happens a lot, there you go.
And Arasthk also says that with this, he will go to the bronze coffers or the glorious coffers, and get you effectively set up with a VIP package, like a VIP business package, which will include, for the business account, a Horde's-person bag for Arjhan. So you guys can all have a collected bank full of goodies here on the Isle of Arasthk, where it's protected by a bronze dragon, but you can still access it as you go. And as you get all of this, that is where we are going to go into our break for the evening. So I would like to say thank you to everybody who decided to stick with us. We are going to try and be back in 5 to 10 minutes. So don't go to a place unless it is to grab a food, grab a drink, grab a friend, or possibly go to indooradventure.redbubble.com. Pick yourself up something nice. And we'll see you guys shortly. All right, everybody. Bye-bye. Hello, everybody.
RJ, repeat after me. I would like to buy a hamburger.
I would like to buy a hamburger.
I would like to buy a hamburger.
So
I would like to buy a hamburger.
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 That's
The
it, that's all we
burger.
got. That's all we got.
That's all we got.
All right.
Hey, that's a weird
Ooh.
thing to raid in on.
Hello.
Right.
Word fan girl, thank you. Thank you for coming by with that raid.
Here are some kitten
Yay.
mews.
Woo. Kitten Muse for raid. Ding, ding, ding,
Yay!
ding.
Sorry, they're eating right now.
So we have just gone into a long rest with our party members after they communicated respectively with Arasthk, or just getting things set up at Greybeard's. The following day, Cori, as you are going from garden to garden, you see the familiar sight of the Moonrunner coming into the bay to station themselves at port, and they are actually going to secure themselves at port in the closest location that they possibly can to Dragon's Drafts, as they know that's where you typically go.
Nice. Cori watches the Moonrunner come in. It's a cinematic view, her hair flying out behind her as this enormous sloop comes sliding into the dock. It's a sloop, right? Boat words.
Sure.
I thought a sloop was like tiny.
God damn it. This vessel. So Cori's gonna go round up her folks, make sure that everybody's done here on the island, and guess we'll mount up and head out.
Okay. And the thing that you notice most about today on the island, it is back to being warmer temperatures. There are no clouds in the sky. It seems like condition-wise, it is back to being that like room temperature feeling all throughout the isle. And you watch in the distance as there is just this dark cloud that is just hanging over what looks now in the distance like a very small set of ships that are sailing away. And you feel like Arasthk is just letting them really know that they are not welcome here.
For sure.
And at this point, there is a knock on your door at Dragon's Drafts first thing in the morning, and it is a kobold courier that is familiar to the party. as one of the kobold couriers that was within the kobold mines, previously played by Danae Keener. And they set down the package, knock on the door, and then are briskly running away from the door.
Bye.
Bye.
And when you open up this package, you see that it is this VIP business account satchel that Arasthk has Arasthk had promised to give unto your party. So that way you could always access the funds that you stored within the actual bank itself. Is there anything that you guys would like to do in the morning?
No, probably go to breakfast at GB's.
Yeah.
Okay.
And get ready for the leaving.
All right. Sounds good. So yeah, everything goes by pretty smoothly, I would say, in preparing to head out. You end up meeting with Gwen, again, the kobold that had stayed on the Moonrunner with Oliviette. And they're going to stay on the Isle of Arasthk. When they had left earlier, they were a different kobold, but now after the adventures beneath the Isle, Gwen feels like he is ready to accept a more serious position. And it totally doesn't have anything to do with the female kobold that he met that he seemed to have a rekindled previous interest in. Totally not that at all. And so Gwen will wish you all farewell. And Tifa ends up meeting you, Arjhan, as you are getting ready to head out. And she ends up confronting you, asking, sources tell me that there is talk of potentially a premier adventuring company on this island. Are you accepting applications?
I was going to have my people get in touch with you anyway.
This is
Actually,
easier.
Yes, I am accepting applications.
And she nods and pulls out a very weathered looking bottle that has what looks like a little bit of a clearish liquid towards the bottom. And Arjhan, you would recognize this to be the moonwax container that your party had initially brought to the Isle of Arasthk. And she says, consider this my resume.
What?
Is Gwen anywhere near this?
Tifa made a certain purpose to only approach Arjhan about this. Your friend left this with me for safekeeping. And safekeeping, I have kept it in. Even through all of this. And she points to the bottle. Secured.
There's significantly less liquid in it than...
Oh, so much less liquid than was in there previously.
Yep, completely safe.
Safe as it could be.
Well, we don't have much of a set headquarters. or franchise on the island, but I'm sure that's something you can talk to the Bronze Baron about.
Celestial
Taking your-
headquarters was under my name.
Well, again, the legal stuff you can take up with the Bronze Baron, but yeah, taking your previous employment into account and what you've done here while the dragon was away, if you would like, welcome to Tyrant Security.
And when you're saying here, are you just pushing the bottle back towards her?
No.
Oh,
Dude,
okay.
I'm pushing a contract to her.
Gotcha. She'll take it. And begins looking through it. Yeah. She doesn't find anything out of the ordinary on it, and she signs.
All right, and then I'll give her a silver coin.
And she will take it and nod. Just, thanks, boss.
Not a silver piece. The silver coin.
Yeah.
Cool. And then I'll get on the boat.
Okay. Sounds good. So, is there anything else that would like to be done on the isle itself before you guys head out?
I'm gonna give the moonwax thing back to Gwen.
I thought she drank it all.
I mean, she kind of did.
But there's some left.
That's yeah.
You're fine. I think we should all take a shot tonight. In celebration, you know?
Okay.
she takes it. Cori, look! Runs off.
Oh my god! I thought she drank it all.
That's what I said. Yeah, load up the ship and make sure we're ready for voyage. And
Alrighty. Sounds good. So it is going to be a 5-day journey back to the mainland. So you guys are able to get your things collected and begin the process of shipping back out. At this point, it is roughly midday, and you are seeing that thanks to the plant growth spell, thanks to the wonderful weather that has been restored back to the isle, for the first time, it looks like this island is beginning the steady process of healing. And you begin to make your way off of the island. Is there anything that you all would like to do during the day? I know that at night you all wanted to take a singular shot of this. Thankfully, there are exactly 4 shots left.
Are we commuting?
Would Olivia be willing to commune for the next 5 nights?
Yes.
Okay. We may not do all 5 nights if we reach a consensus as to where we think he is, but 3 questions a night.
Yes.
All right. Including everybody in this conversation, I propose the next question. We found out that he is north of Arasthk. I propose the next question is ask if he is west of Sertzellier.
I would like to suggest that we ask his distance from. Well, I keep thinking Gilead, but what's the actual name?
Gillet.
Gilead.
Yes or no questions?
Is he in Gilead?
No.
Has he been to Gilead?
No.
Is he west of Sertzellier?
Yes.
All right. We've got a quadrant to start searching. That's our first night. And afterwards, this is fairly rough on Olivia most of the time. So Cori will spend a little time with her, just making sure that she's okay. And actually even see if she wants a shot of moonwax.
There are only 4 shots left.
Uh,
What exactly is this?
Oh, well, you probably can't drink enough to go blind with just a shot, but it's like really strong, like some super good shit. If you want. I mean, if you're in the crew now, you gotta do it, but I'm just saying.
It smells like the inside of a Molotov cocktail before you stuff the rag in.
Come on.
Down she goes, I guess.
All right. Everyone who's taking their shot, roll me a Constitution save.
+3 if you want it.
+3 if you want it.
Oh, fuck yeah.
$15.
Okay.
28.
Sure.
Dang, 24.
Natural 1.
As with my new feat, well, I guess I don't know if I have to be. No, it's a fighter thing. No, it's a feat. It doesn't matter. You get to reroll that one. I have bountiful luck now.
Because of my friends, I'm stronger.
Yeah, she just
Natural
kind of
one.
pats her on the back.
Yep. 15.
Okay. Yeah, you are all able to make it past the horrible detriment. The 15s, there is inebriation that is happening. This is a good day.
She holds it in her mouth for a second, and then like her eyes go wide. Gwen slaps her on the back, and she swallows, and she's like, "Oh, that is stronger than I remember."
Al, you drank a lot of grain alcohol. Not like a lot. You've had more grain alcohol at worse locations.
Goes down smoother than sand, I guess.
Do you make a habit of drinking sand?
Except for the one time, no.
That is desperate, and that is sad.
I was unconscious in the middle of the desert, so I don't know how much I inhaled.
Anyway, who else wants to drink more? Because, I mean, we got shit else to do tonight.
Yeah, you guys totally
Sweet.
can if you would like.
Gwen's gonna hit on Al. She's ready.
Or-
Job's done. Job's done.
Job's done.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Probably like 5 drinks in, he starts reciprocating.
Solid.
Nice.
Is he a bang on the first night kind of guy?
Only if you want to.
Gwen's down.
Black curtain.
Okay. So, Cybra is going to come up to Arjhan later and just like
Don't worry.
gives like worried looks to the back and then just like lowers head. Doesn't want to deal with that. Cori, are you staying with Oliviette?
Cori will actually hang with Arjhan for a little bit. She'll come sit down next to him. She'll place her drink down in front of her, and she's got the Gulthia staff over her shoulder. And she's
We're
like,
keeping that.
"Are we keeping this?"
Are we keeping that? Well, I mean,
Because evidently an ancient dragon wasn't smart enough to hold on to it without anything bad happening.
we might as well.
She kind of leans on it a little bit, wraps her arm around it, and looks at him sideways. "I was wondering, maybe I could give it to Oliviette."
Okay.
Do you think it's a good idea?
I don't think it's a bad idea. I mean, if there is a ship made of blight sailing around. It would be very nice to have that pull in case of emergency item here.
An extra bit of insurance.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll hand it off to her then. Good night, Arjhan.
Good night, Cori.
She stops and she just kind of looks back at him and says, 3. I have 3 lives left. And then she leaves.
Fuck.
Okay. So, second day sailing. Al, you and Gwen both wake up with pretty sizable headaches. But the day is it is very, very relatively well smooth sailing. It's a good time. What are the commune questions for the day?
What's the map?
Did you not mention someplace the Rookery of Bones?
That is west of Sertzellier, and I'm concerned that might be where he is. Yeah, I asked that. Is he in the Rookery of Bones?
He is not within the Queen of Ravens domain.
I'm opening up my map.
I don't like how specific that is.
Yeah.
That was not a yes or a no.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, every time it gets specific, it's frightening. There are 2 more cities on the map. We could narrow them down.
Right.
Is he in Greenreach?
No. We should ask if he is west of Greenreach. Because there could be a place in between that we don't know.
Is he in or west of Greenreach?
Yes.
Is he in Fildis?
No.
All right. That's second night of communing done.
Is Al weird at all? Just after?
No?
Okay. Just making sure. Some people are.
Love too can bloom on the battlefield.
God damn it.
Oh, calm down. No one said anything about love.
Now we're being weird.
No, he's not weird about it.
Okay.
Is Gwen weird about it?
No. Gwen's very atypical about it. She does. If somebody approaches her while she's like looking out on the deck, she might say, "You know what? I could have fucked a dragon." I don't know, something like maybe I'm just like maybe I'm starting to care more. That's not good. Whatever.
Okay.
Sorry, I imagined Gwen was smoking a cigarette while saying that.
Maybe I just care more now.
It could have been a contender.
Say.
All right, so is there anything that would like to go on, particularly in the second day?
Cori attunes to the shield. She gets her long rest in.
Okay.
Second day, Al is gonna keep an eye out for the blight ship.
Okay.
There was some trauma there.
Yeah, make a perception check.
Dirty 20.
Okay, with a dirty 20, you get no sense that there is the blight ship coming near you. You do not see it. There is no glimmer of blight ship off in the distance.
Good.
Sorry. You do see that there is what looks like a patch of kind of nastier looking weather approaching, but that typically happens when leaving Arathsk's domain, or at least that is what the crew members are willing to tell you during this time.
Mm-hmm.
And it is also at this point that you would get a sending spell from one of Tifa's contacts. She's having them contact Arjhan. And the response that you get is, who would you like this? Who would you like a sending sent to? How will I send it to them? Do you have anything of theirs?
His name is Calum. Calum is one word. Shadakai elf. I have his shield. I'm gonna need more information than this. I don't know how sending works.
Okay. They will use up another sending to explain to you that sending as a spell in order to cast it.
Specifically, I'm looking for insight as to what they mean by, like, how do they want them to send it to him? Because, like, I'm just imagining they cast a sending spell.
You need to know the person.
Yes. So it is to a creature with which you are familiar. So that is why they are asking, how am I supposed to do this? Do you have anything of theirs that I can use to then get a level of familiarity, almost like a scrying spell?
Then, like, yeah, I have their shield.
Can you describe him? Sorry, that wasn't me. I started saying that as Gwen, but there are no other Shatterkai on this plane that we know of.
Yeah, but they might not even know what a Shadowkai is.
True.
Yeah. So they are what does Arjhan send to them? Sorry.
Well, in the first response, he said, "I have their shield. I have a shield."
Okay. Sounds good. So then they will send a third and final message to you. That is, how can I access this shield? Is there another way that I could be familiarized with them?
You want to ask where he is?
I don't. So I'm thinking that a definite way that I can get somebody in contact with the shield, especially if they're still in the Isle of Arasthk, is if I just throw the shield through the loot satchel, because it's going to show up in the bank.
Yep.
But I really don't want to let Caleb's shield out of my sight.
You have a lot of his other stuff too.
I do.
Like what?
I have.
All of his gear.
Did Caleb have a?
Did he make any crystals of himself?
Any portraits?
Mm-hmm.
No.
D-
Most of the portraits he's given away.
What was the one of him as a child? Was that taken?
There was none of him as a child.
Oh, I thought there was one with when he got his shield that was taken. Maybe it was taken away.
I think that it was taken by a raven, and
missing
we
by a
stopped it, and then he used it to actually take a picture of Cori and Olivia.
Oh, well, good job, Caleb.
You have his.
I was
have
gonna
his
say,
journal.
we would have everything that was on the simulacrum.
You sent his journal to Pink Dad.
Transcription of his journal. His journal is also his spell
Okay, so
book.
we have your actual journal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to put the journal through the living loot satchel, and I'm gonna give them like Gloria's coffers ask for this very specific thing that's in Arjhan's vault.
Okay.
Give them the identification number.
You're never supposed to share your pin over arcane channels.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, because you were the one who responded back. There is no confirmation or anything that then gets sent your way due to this sending. So that is on this second day. And then is there anything that you guys wanted to do on for the rest of day 2? You've already done your commune. You sent Caleb's journal.
This is like a before bed thing, but I like to pray to my queen. Not as a like this needs to be an audience thing. Like I'm not looking for an audience, but I'm just like I hope I'm doing the right thing. Like one of those sorts of prayers.
You don't get like you said, you didn't request an audience. You don't get an audience as a level of feedback. But when you are initiating this prayer of that you hope that you're doing the right thing, it feels like there is a sense of understanding and that you have been noticed, that you are not alone in this offset. So you feel some sort of praise from doing this.
Okay.
And then going into day 3, the sun is very overcast. Yes, Gwen?
When do I need to speak with Chua again?
Chua said that I believe they said that they would communicate with you.
Okay,
if they
cool.
found anything. If you would like to continuously just be checking in every day, you can as well.
No, I think she would go back to her once a week unless they figured out something. But she does, I think tonight she's going to do something, so.
Okay. Sounds good. From what you've gathered from Chua, they just haven't found any more. There were the only stories that they have about any of the stars going out was at the Queen of Ravens Ascension, and that was not necessarily an entire constellation going out, but that was individual stars that were seemingly non-connected.
Do they know why?
Part of her tearing, part of the act of the sundering, where just due to that magical wave that got basically sent out that ceased magical capabilities, some of those stars were probably fueled by magic.
I see. Look at Tyler. Just Tom Cruise just way in the background. Yeah, okay.
Okay. So day 3, it is heavily clouded outside, and Al, you have been like at least peeking around, making sure that you don't see the blight ship again. Make a perception check.
Oh shit! All right, 23.
Okay. With a 23, you see a dark wooded ship at the edge of the horizon that looks like it's making its way towards you, or at least is sailing in the same direction.
He'll whistle loudly and point it out. Let's be a little bit careful. That might be the thing that took my ship out.
Cori would have presented the Golthiah staff to Oliviette by now.
Okay. Oliviette takes it and looks it over and then just looks at you. What is this?
It's the Golthiah staff. It controls the blights.
And she like squints her eyes at that one.
Did you mean literally or figuratively?
I know what this staff is.
Figuratively, this is me saying that I trust you and I'm including you in our adventures. And that I respect you as someone who can face the dangers that are out there that we have to face.
Well, thank you, Coriander, for doing this for me. I appreciate it. Thank you.
It's also insurance, on account of the fact that there is a ship made out of blights out there. I want you to be safe.
There's a ship made out of what?
Dear, that's what happened to Alberjean.
I see. Well, I will keep a lookout. And if I see any of these, I should probably take some time and realize what this can do.
I can give you a few pointers.
I'd love that.
We work on it together.
Okay. And Oliviette will attune to the Golthiah staff.
It's like Ghost, with the pottery.
Different Ghost. Sorry, I was like, what?
What?
I showed her how to golf.
Sure how to Golthias?
Golthias.
Boo.
I wasn't looking for inspiration.
After several hours of sailing, you realize that dark wooded ship is getting nearer. And Al, you recognize that outline. And the rest of you aboard the Moonrunner also recognize the outline of this ship.
Fucking...
Is it the Blight ship?
It is indeed the Dreadwood.
Fuck. All right, here's your test, Oliviette. Make it go away.
Okay.
In case of emergency, break staff.
What? No. We need that, right?
If there's a radius, if you break the staff, all the blights in the area die.
Yes, but then we can no longer control later.
Right. So in case of emergency, break staff.
Only a very big emergency.
You see Alberjean start climbing up to the crow's nest.
Remember, it is made of wood,
This
right?
is his fucking white whale.
Call me Ishmael, motherfucker.
Okay. So, you're all...
We prepare.
You have some time. They're ships. It's far away, but steadily gaining on you. You feel like you have probably till closer to around early evening to prepare for this thing's arrival.
Can I get about like 300 feet of rope and tie myself to the mast with a lifeline?
Yes.
Cori's had bad times with maritime combat.
Naval
Maritime
adventures.
Ventures.
Yep. She's putting on her seatbelt.
Lighting my crossbow. Gwen, you still have the cloak of the manta ray?
Yes.
Good.
Gwen like tugs it closer around her.
Good.
But there's not going to be like anyone there, right? There's no one on the ship except for like Blights, right?
There was a dude.
What?
Apparently that was a dude.
What kind of dude?
Young and handsome.
Screaming about his love for the ship.
Do we know of this dude?
Al has said that.
Well, no, I mean like, have we met this dude?
Do
No,
we
As
you
players.
have not
recognize him?
met. You have not met the handsome young man that you know of.
Part of the crew, part of the ship.
All right. Do you guys want me to like go over there first, or and talk to him, or like are we just gonna fire as soon as they're within range?
Do you want me to go over there and talk to him first?
Do you want us to go over there and talk to him first?
Is this the sort of talking person, Al?
He rammed into my ship.
Right. Well, we could fly over there and be like, "Bitch, what's up? If you come close to us, we're gonna take you the fuck out." And then I'll flex. Like figuratively and literally.
And then when those blight fucks rise out of the woodwork, you will try and take them all down and the boat will slowly start sinking. Or
sounds-
once it's within 120 feet, I'll drop a firewall on them.
Okay.
I think we should talk to them first.
And then we get rammed by a flaming ship.
Captain, how fast can this ship go? Can it outpace a living ship?
And she squints? I mean, we have one sail.
They have one sail.
She looks at the Dreadwood off in the distance and kind of like shades over her eyes so she can see outside better, even though she has this large hat that she wears.
Stands over Olivia so that he casts a shadow over her.
Oh, thank you. They also have a large sail. This is a little bit larger, it would look like. Is it? It's made of leaves?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, fantastic.
Even if we can outrun them, should we? This seems like a menace on the waters.
Liviette, are you willing to risk perhaps your ship's safety to do this battle?
There are other islands that we could possibly swim to nearby. I don't really want to.
Do you want to try to get near one of those islands and let us handle the combat from there? Or try to parley while this ship is safely docked?
And she thinks about it. I would say let's head for the islands. Perhaps we can lose them in there.
Cool. We do that.
Okay. And you begin heading towards a small island chain. As you're doing, this ship is getting nearer. And as you are entering in, Oliviette is going to just try and maneuver through as best she can. This way, in case anything does happen to the ship, you are within relative proximity of somewhere safe that you could possibly get to. And as the Dreadwood closes in, you see a human man emerge from inside of the vessel, and he seems to be like caressing the sides of the ship as he walks up to the aft castle. Gwen, like, he looks so handsome. Why does he have to be so weird? He has flowing brown hair, kind of like a more like sturdy looking built chest. He has that sailor shirt that's always open and kind of rippling, showing a tasteful amount of chest hair underneath.
Oh boy. Gwen's gonna move to the back of the ship. Can we yell at him? Is he within yelling distance?
I mean, if anybody can yell at him, it's you, Gwen.
Thank you, Arjhan. And she's gonna yell, and I'm not going to yell. She's gonna say, "Hey, chest hair dude, how you doing?"
I think he would rather be called Captain Chest Hair.
Sorry, Captain Chest Hair dude.
And the response that you get is like a hand on the chest, like turns and looks like, "You're talking to me?"
Hey, you! What's up?
And you see their mouth moving, but they cannot speak over the sound of the wind.
Hey, I'm gonna come over there with one of my friends, okay? We can hash this out, all
And the
right?
figure nods.
Solid. Arjhan, let's go.
We approach.
Okay.
Is she like this all the time?
Yes.
Yes.
Hmm.
All right.
One just is confidence. Oh boy, why are you getting out paper?
So,
Oh boy, why are you getting out paper?
Hold on, how far are they?
they're several hundred feet away.
While we're flying over,
Uh-huh.
Gwen, you have your Sunforger ready.
Abso-fucking-lutely. If worst case scenario, book it. I'll try and pop above you so that you can catch me, or whatever. I'll just fall in the water. It's not a big deal. But you get out first because I can get out in a second, okay?
Okay.
Cori's standing next to Alberjean, watching them fly over there, and she's like, "Oh, I'm going to be very cross if they start a fight without me."
You're about to be very cross.
And as you are approaching, you hear this figure continuing to yell, "At last, my love, they draw near!"
Oh, I don't like these vibes.
You know what? It's
Come!
fine.
Come to me, small one. Together, we shall ride the seas together.
All right, dude. Cool. She looks up at Arjhan like, "I don't know what the fuck's going on. Okay, it's fine. Just, play along." Good day, sir.
Permission to come aboard.
Permission granted.
I don't like the way you said that.
So, my name's Gwen.
And you are in pursuit of the vessel that we're currently on.
Yes. My lady wants it so.
Why? Okay.
You have not been talking to the, hag that's in this ship, have you?
What dreadful language that you would use against my lady.
Right,
You should
okay.
really watch your tone. Gwen, I'm
No,
going to need you to make a wisdom save.
Oh, shit. Oh, my. Is this about against being frightened?
It is not.
Shit.
Alberjean slowly
19!
rubs his temples.
Gwen, you see this figure's eyes gleam for just a moment, and you think, oh, maybe there's something to this guy. He seems rather... No, he was just talking about a hag boat! That's fucking weird! There was a moment where you felt like things could have gone worse.
My apologies, good sir. I am a simpleton and have not been heard of such a magical creature being referred to as anything else. So I beg your apologies.
You will mind your tongue aboard my vessel.
Of course.
Lady.
You are correct. That is what I am. Isn't that right, Arjhan?
Have you guys landed on the ship? Or
I'm
are
gonna
you?
say no.
No.
Arjhan's still.
He didn't say we could come aboard, did he?
He did.
He
He said
did.
permission granted.
Yeah, I think we did.
So, how did you come about such a fine vessel?
Well, I just amongst my travels, I found it. It was adrift, lost, looking for compassion, and I have so much love to give.
Can definitely see that.
Would you like to join me?
I
The offer
was
goes to
thinking.
both of you. I have no personal preference.
Well, some of us just are like that. What I'm saying is, your pursuit of the ship that we were on previously, do you intend to take it out, or are you just coming to say hi?
I attempt to do whatever the lady pleases.
And what does the lady please?
The lady is hungry.
Well, the
Arjhan,
lady-
make a wisdom save.
Shit.
Well, I
How
gotta
did
roll
you
for
lose your arm?
Gotta roll for this.
Sure would be nice for you guys to have a +3.
It would. 17.
You feel like this motherfucker just tried to charm you.
Well, you can't have it. Gwen,
Yep.
get ready. I'm going to pick up Gwen and start retreating.
Okay.
Can Gwen be my object interaction?
She can be.
Don't
Use me.
objectify Gwen.
Gwen is okay with being objectified.
Gwen, you were going to see Arjhan. Do I want to do this now? Yes. You're going to see just around like Arjhan's mouth, the scales are going to shimmer for a second red.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to cast Dragon's Breath. And in a 15-foot cone in front of me, I need dexterity saves.
Okay.
DC 14, because my intelligence isn't great.
That is a success. And it's a boat, so the boat fails.
And it's a boat.
13 points of fire damage.
Okay. And as the flames wash over this very handsome, beautiful man, they don't seem like they take all of that damage.
Yeah, you just see this yellow-green flame just erupt from his mouth. And he's picking you up and flying away!
Arjhan, as you attempt to fly away, make a dexterity save.
Let me use blood die, 21.
Okay. So as you are attempting to fly away, the hands that are interlaced that make up the deck of this ship break fingers apart from each other and wrap up and begin to try and latch onto your legs as they begin to try and pull you back down onto the deck of the ship. And the figure that is on this boat begins to ask, "Why are you still running? Why don't you just stay here? Things could be so nice. And as they say that, they start levitating off the deck of the ship, coming
I
up
hate
towards
that.
you.
I hate that.
Hey, we brought this boat into existence. We can take it out too, okay?
Then I owe you thanks for giving me the love of a lifetime.
Oh man, I am gonna throw the Sun Forger at the base of the mast.
Mast.
And I'm gonna explode it.
Okay.
Explode.
Oh, boy. Sorry. Uh, 12. Okay, thanks. 18 damage on that.
Okay.
I assume it fails its dex save.
We shall see.
Oh.
What is the save? 14?
15.
15. Duder fails. And also, too, does the ship fail? I wonder why. So...
Just one day the ship passes.
That's a dexy-ass fucking ship.
Ships do have a dexterity score.
It true. But... as you hit with the Sun Forger and the radiant damage curls back and you actually see connects to the back of this floating handsome individual, you see that the clothes that they're wearing shimmer and seem to disappear for a brief moment, and as they do, you see that they have almost like leathery bat wings that are keeping them aloft, but they are still just this rather handsome individual that has two small horns coming off of the top of an otherwise human head.
Do I know what this is?
Is that a fiend?
Arjhan, make a Blood Hunter bullshit roll.
I would love to make a blood hunter
Wait,
bullshit
can
roll.
Cori see this from where she is?
Oh, yeah.
There's a fiend over there!
Is
with
that a
it-
fucking...
Would this be Arcana?
Yeah.
18.
You would know this to be an incubus.
Holy
Sir.
bless him.
And
No,
then
literally,
Molly
really,
starts
really, bless
playing in
him.
the background.
That's up to
Should
you.
we roll initiative?
Yeah, let's roll initiative.
12.
I rolled 2 13s, which makes me a little nervous, but 14 for me, please.
17 for me.
13s are lucky, but are they good luck or bad luck?
Corey, what'd you get?
3.
And Al, you said that you got a 13?
17.
17. Okay. Then the ship got a 23. And this guy
Sir.
got a 16. Alright, so first up is the vessel itself. And as it is coming nearer your ship, you see that the blights that make up the front side of the prow end up almost skittering away to reveal a concave kind of recession in the front of this ship. And you see, like a prow spar, the top half of a relatively familiar looking hag to three of you, and she extends an arm outwards towards your ship, and you see crackling energies, and she is going to cast a lightning bolt towards the Moonrunner.
How far away is she?
They are only 100 feet away now.
Fuck, okay.
So it is at the edge of the range of this lightning bolt, but the lightning bolt has half struck. And that is going to do some damage to the Moonrunner for for 32 points of lightning damage. As you see that there is a hole that has actually been blasted into the side of the Moonrunner, and the Dreadwood cackles deep into the night. It's always great to see a ship laughing. Next up, Arjhan.
Was it 12? Okay.
I thought you said that you got a 20.
12.
Oh, boop. Never mind. Next up, Al.
Al turns to Cori. This is why we should have just destroyed the fucking thing. And it is 100 feet out.
Yes.
So Wall of Fire says that I can create a wall or a dome on a surface.
Yes.
Right? Can I pop it right underneath the prow spear so that it's a dome over it? And it's basically just continuous fire as it's moving.
Yeah.
Cool. So the ship needs to make a deck save.
Yes. It fails. Like a ship.
Cool. First round, it takes 20 points of fire damage.
Okay. Does not like that at all. And you feel like these wood creatures are not enjoying all of the flames that they have been subject to.
Well, it's going to be there for 1 minute. And Al is going to use his movement to get... Aft castle is front or back?
Aft castle is the back.
To the aft castle, and he's going to yell for everyone to, get ready to get out of here. We do have a hole in the boat, though. He does it anyway. They're 100 feet out.
Okay. Next up is the Flying Man, who is going to come over towards you, Arjhan, and they are going to try and shove Gwen out of your arms onto the deck of the ship. So they will make an attack. As a natural 20! Ha ha! So
I think it hits.
yeah, he flies up and just swats Gwen out of your arms. And Gwen, you fall 20 feet, I would say, onto the deck of this ship. So you are going to be taking 8 points of bludgeoning damage. You are now stuck aboard the Dreadwood.
So you think.
Next up, Gwen.
Gwen is going to look around. I see the hag. I like how I paused. I was like, maybe I shouldn't say hag, but on the ship, I can see her.
You do not see her directly because she's underneath the front of the prow.
Okay. So I'm gonna the wall of fire. With the wall of fire, can I see where Arjhan is?
Yeah, Arjhan's directly above. The wall of fire was formed as a dome underneath.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right, cool. Let me just double check how far I can go. 300 feet. I hope Arjhan's ready. I am going to cast Thunderstep. Which is an action, right? One action, yep. So as a bonus action, rage, tiny rage. And then she's gonna run up next to the mast and Thunderstep so that she does some damage to it to hopefully bring it down.
It got an 18 on its dex save.
Okay. So it takes half damage. Oh. So half of 16.
Okay.
And then Gwen is going to. Is Arjhan still flying away? Like, should I go a little bit in front of him and above, or?
Yeah, he was flying. He was flying backwards.
Okay. So she's gonna try and maneuver herself so that she'll go fairly high up into the air so that it's not like I'm right here, catch me, but like give me give him some time to like find her trajectory and do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
And she takes I'm flying through the air without a backpack
Nice.
stance.
Next up, Arjhan.
I catch Gwen.
I'll allow it. Yeah. You guys don't need to roll for it.
What?
And this incubi is standing directly next to you. This incubus.
Directly.
Or not standing, flying directly at next to you.
How far are we away from the ship? Would I get it within a 30-foot line?
Yes.
I need some deck saves from the ship and the dude.
They both fail. I rolled a 3 and a 2 on the dice respectively.
Okay, they're both covered in acid. I cast Acid Stream.
Okay.
They'll take 3d4 damage at the start of their turn.
Sounds good. All right, so then next up, unless Arjhan needs anything else.
I'm still flying away.
Okay. Are you provoking an attack?
Probably.
Okay. So yeah, he will try and strike out towards Yi. And that is a 22 to hit.
Nah. Yeah.
For a total of max 9 slashing damage.
Dag.
Okay. Next up is the ship that takes
shit.
3d4.
Wait,
Or no, Cori, who is
don't
leading.
forget about me.
Don't you?
Forget about Cori.
The acid remains. I have to concentrate on acid.
Okay.
So Cori's tied to the mast with a leash, a nice long lead. Sorry, Tyler just gave me a weird look. And the other ship is 100 feet away.
Yes.
First of all, Cori is going to activate her animated shield with a bonus action.
Okay.
It's basically, it's like a buckler, right? You
Yeah.
said that it could fit on your belt pretty well. I imagine there's like a button in the middle that you can press and then it just hops off and starts floating around.
Sure.
Cool. So she does that. And then she is going to get as close as she can to the other ship. And has she got eyes on the incubus?
Yes, she does.
All right. She says, and it is night, right?
It is night out, yes.
Sorry, I have a lot of questions.
It's early evening, so like the moon is just starting to be visible.
What is the phase of the moon?
The phase of the moon is that it is 3/4 waxing.
Ooh, nice. Okay. So she looks at that incubus and says, bold of you to attack under Our Lady's light. And she's going to cast Moonbeam on him.
Okay.
And that doesn't matter until his turn. So there is now a 40-foot cylinder enveloping him, and he will have to do a thing then.
Okay.
So she raises her sword and light beams down on him.
And he's still got acid over him.
Yes, he does. And the ship is currently moving through a wall of fire.
Does the moonbeam hit the ship?
It's a 40-foot cylinder.
The ship will eventually be running into the moonbeam because it is a ship and has a hard time stopping in water.
But
Very
not on
pleased by
its next turn.
On its next
Or
turn.
will it be moving into it on its next turn?
Yes.
So that is my bonus. That is my action. I am done.
Okay.
I'm booked.
So it is the ship's turn. So how much damage does it take for the fire?
At the end of its turn, it takes 5d8.
Okay.
So...
So acid damage first.
9.
9? Okay. That is... Okay, and then as the ship emerges through and this wall of fire is just passing through the belly of the ship. Yes?
I stuck it on the ship, so it's like jammed in the prow spear and enveloped. So it's just continuously on top of it.
So it doesn't stay in one place as the ship moves?
It'll move with the ship, basically. So
Gotcha.
there's an AoE of damage just pumping out.
Okay, sounds good. You just hear a shrieking of the hag from inside of the ship as this fire continues to burn. Gwen, the large, giant-esque looking tree blight that makes up the mast has its head just kind of careen down towards you. And you see it moves one of its long arms in an attempt to slam down towards you.
Wait, I thought I had Gwen.
Damn it. Yes. You were right. I thought that Gwen was still on the deck. You thunderstepped. You're good. This ship is very sad right now. It can't see because it's trapped. The hag can't see because she's trapped in this firewall.
Mm-hmm.
Muffled sad noises.
It's like a Minecraft villager.
Yeah, so then the ship takes fire damage.
30 of which...
Holy shit. Takes a lot more than 30. Tell you what, son. So that was it for the ship's turn, and then it also moves into the moonbeam.
All right. How far away is the ship now?
The ship is 50 feet away.
All right, just tracking. It needs to make a Constitution save.
Okay. That is an 18.
All right, that makes it, but it's going to take half this damage. And if it's a shape changer, it goes back to its original shape.
And
I
would
doubt
have
that it
disadvantage.
is.
Huh?
And if it's a shape changer, it would have disadvantage.
That is also true. And I do believe an incubus might be a shape changer.
He is.
Sorry, okay. Half of 13 is 6, so 6 radiant damage for the ship.
Okay.
You will see me again on the incubus's turn.
Sounds good.
I will return.
Next up, Al.
50 feet, you said?
Yes.
Is the incubus within 50?
Yeah.
As well? Cool. I'll take a javelin. And I'm going to try and hit... Well, it's javelin. Yeah, 3120. Does a dirty 20 hit?
Oh, yeah. That'll
He
most certainly
takes-
hit.
He takes 5 points of piercing damage as my shaft.
Chris.
Something.
Yeah, finish that sentence.
He doesn't have
Sure.
to. It's okay. So, did you have a bonus action?
Nope. I'm going to
Okay.
use my movement to just pace back and forth, like, where are they? Where are they? Fucking where are they?
Okay. Then next up is the incubi.
Do another Constitution saving throw at disadvantage because he's a shape changer.
Isn't it incubus?
Yes,
still?
incubus
Okay.
is singular.
Incubi is plural.
Incubus, like the band. That's a 15 at disadvantage.
15 makes it exactly. He's still gonna take half of this.
Okay.
17. Half of 17 is 8.
Okay.
No. Yes.
And then how much
Yes.
acid damage?
Oh, 6.
Okay.
Sorry.
So as the incubus is enveloped by this moonbeam, they shout out, "I will be back for you, my love! I promise!" And you see their form just seem to get eaten away by this moonbeam. leaving just this on fire Dreadwood ship hanging out.
Sucks to suck.
That was an incubus joke.
Hey.
It wasn't, but I'll let it happen.
It is now.
Take a point of inspiration.
Nobody got kissed by
Indo
that
doesn't
boy.
do that.
No. Gwen, it's your turn.
I was gonna clip that, and you just started yelling in my ear. So Gwen is going to. Are we still within melee with this dude?
He's gone.
Yes, I know. Oh, he's gone.
Yeah, he disappeared in this brilliant moonbeam, saying that he would return for his love.
Ah. Like he's dead, or like he's invisible, or do I not know?
He seemed to just get devoured by this moonbeam.
Cool. Gwen is going to take one of her junk axes and throw it at the ship just cause I need to keep my rage just in case.
Make an attack roll.
Okay. That's a natural 20.
Roll for damage.
Okay.
Gwen said, yeet.
Gwen said, by the power of Grayskull,
That's not that good. 9 damage.
Okay.
With a normal hand axe, not my +1 hand axes.
Sounds good.
And she's gonna take a free action to roar into the setting sun.
Not bad.
Thanks.
Next up, Arjhan. The ship is on fire. Gwen is just throwing axes at it. This devil that you were fighting against seems to have been dealt with.
I'll take a couple of shots with Eldritch Blast at it, but I just want to get out.
Okay.
Does a 24 and a 10 hit.
10 does not, 24 does.
9 points of force damage.
Okay.
Oh shit! I get 3 of these now. When did that happen? 22.
Still hits.
1.
Okay. Sounds good. So, Cori.
Cori's going to. She can use a bonus action to move the moonbeam 60 feet a turn. So she's going to try and move that moonbeam onto the prow spear.
Okay.
And I don't think there's necessarily anything else she can do. She's going to stay where she is at the ready. Moonbeam on the prow spear. We're good.
Okay. So then it is the ship's turn. They are still engulfed in flames. A moonbeam is on them. Acid is coating this vessel.
Constitution saving throw.
6 more points of acid.
Okay. Constitution save was a 15.
That's enough again. So half of 13 is 6, so 6 radiant damage.
Okay.
That is it for me.
25 points of fire damage.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
So, as you're all continuingly to just batter and destroy this thing with your powerful magic abilities from afar, including a few well-timely thrown axes of regular make and model towards the actual ship itself, you watch as the fire begins to spread and actually completely engulfs this ship that was of your original creation. And you watch as you listen as the hag that was screaming out from the prow spar becomes silenced. And eventually you watch as this ship that was hot on your trails begins to sink into the open waters.
Does a hag have a soul that I can offer to Tiamat?
Make an Arcana check.
I
Or a
don't
religion check. Sorry.
I don't want her to come back. Because we have killed her before. Religion. 20.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
So as you take this last moment of this creature's lifetime, and you sentence their soul to Tiamat, you feel a warmth from your crossbow as it looks almost sharper, deadlier than it was before. It is now a +1 magic weapon. As you have successfully sentenced not one, but 2 souls in a series of days to the Queen of Dragons herself.
One more soul to the call.
And that is where we will call it for tonight's session. So, I would like to say, first and foremost, thank you to everybody who decided to stop on by. I love this game. We are heading back towards the mainland soon. But that's besides the point. Hey, RJ, where can we find you? What do you do?
Hey everybody, my name is RJ, but you can catch me at RJustice282 on Twitter and Twitch, where I tweet about the nerdy things in my life and sometimes stream with some of these lovely individuals. You can catch me here, of course, on Mondays at Alberjean, also for in our homebrew campaign, and this Sunday, you can catch me over at G Game Nights with LBHackEmUp as we're playing through the last legs of our 5e campaign over there. I play Samick, a very ragey. I was very into barbarians for a while. He's a barbarian monk hybrid, and he's gonna punch something. Also, I play as Hassan, a Yuan-Ti druid cleric in our 1920s noir gunpowder fantasy Tomb of Annihilation game on Sundays. DNAKeeter.com.
Hi, I'm LBHackEmUp. You can find me at LBHackEmUp on the Twitters, where I post about my kittens sometimes. They're very teeny, but they're growing up. You can find me tomorrow night on G Game Nights with Kay. I'm going to be guest starring in a adventure that Dammit Berry is putting on. I'll also be on Nerd Immersion's channel on Wednesday doing our Rod of 7 Parts game. On Thursday, I will be streaming on my own channel with Lauren. She wants to play a horror game. We'll see how it goes. Friday, I'll be on Dammit Berry's channel. Saturday, I won't be doing anything. Probably sleeping. And then on Sunday, I'll be doing double duty on G Game Nights and this channel again. So, oops, I overbooked myself. DNAKeeter.com.
Hoi! I'm Cyber. I post pictures of my doggo. She's over there. She was up here. She's a good girl. I also stream. I stream at Cyberwolf1201. We just finished Wind Waker. By the way, I play video games badly, really badly, and talk about lore. We just finished Wind Waker, and started Metroid Prime, the first one, the Wii port from the trilogy. It's gonna be a good time, but you know, it's gonna be a long time too. Archives of that, go to YouTube, youtube.com/cyberwolf101. There's also a podcast that Kyle with an N I do called Let's Talk About It. D&D Beyond homebrew tutorials, more stuff. Yeah, for RPG stuff, I'm on the DM's Guild. I've got a Patreon where I do Exandria conversions, a couple more, just the stuff got updated very recently. It's there. It's semi-okay. Ghost Saltmarsh is up for free, so you should check that out. I'm also in the DM's Guild. I play in this game on Mondays. He found us. Good for you. I'm here on Mondays. You found us. Good for you. I'm here on Thursdays in the Ghost Saltmarsh game for a little bit longer. Check that out on Saturdays. I'm on Prairie Star's channel in a Taldore game. I'm not going to be there next week, but I will be there for the 2 weeks after that doing some solo sessions with Kurik, the druid who lied about being a druid on his resume. It's going to be a great time, I think. I hope. But, you know, DNAKeener.com.
And speaking of DNAKeener.com, hi everybody, I'm Danae Keener. You can find me at DNAKeener.com. I do nerdy drawings mostly related to D&D and a lot of things on this channel. You can find me here on Mondays playing as Coriander the Elegant Paladin, or on Sundays playing as Bag? Wow.
Bag?
Baz, the Drow Rogue. God, I conflated all those words together. Hey, DanaeKeener.com.
And if you've made it this far, you probably already know who I am. But if you don't, hey Acorns, what's up? It's me, your buddy, your pal, your friend, the Indoor Adventurer, the showrunner here at twitch.tv/Indoor Adventures. We do shows like this Monday and Thursday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, as well as a singular show, our Tomb of Annihilation, at Sundays on Sundays at 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. All of the games that we play end up going to youtube.com/Indoor Adventures, where we upload all of our VODs. And of course, you can also catch us anywhere where podcasts are made available for free. But right now, we are going to be going into our after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from the community, but also from each other. So if you have any questions that you have for us and would like to get the answers to, consider checking out our Patreon. All of those after shows are being made available for free, so you can hear your answers just the way that you want them, as a podcast that you get the next day. But with that, I would like to say again, thank you to everybody who decided to stop by. Thank you to these wonderful players for putting up with my bullshit again this week, and we'll see all of you guys next time. All right, everybody. Bye-bye!